Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
A 27-year-old man seriously injured after a weekend shooting. The suspected gunman faces a long list of charges.
It's been a controversial topic for years here in Illinois, what state lawmakers are working on to make sure public schools learn about Native American history.
And another round of murals is planned to fill blank walls in the Rockford area. Up to 10 new works of art are slated for state-line buildings. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Tom Lewis. Eric Wilson is off tonight. Thank you for joining us. We do have an update on a story we've been covering since last week.
Investigators say they've identified the man pulled from the Rock River last week. Earlier today, the Winnebago County Sheriff's Office released new details about the man, including that he was a black man between the ages of 18 and 30. That information led to answers. The body was discovered Thursday afternoon near the Auburn Street Bridge. According to the coroner, an autopsy found no evidence of trauma or foul play. A search of fingerprint records found no matches. Investigators have not publicly named him.
A man is in the hospital after he was shot in the stomach over the weekend. Saturday morning, officers called to a home on Creekview Road around 9. That's just south of East State Street. When they arrived, they found a 27-year-old with a gunshot wound. He was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Officers were then told the suspect was still inside the house armed with an adult female. The suspect came out after a lengthy negotiation with officers. The woman was not hurt. 31-year-old Larry Hill was arrested. He faces a long list of charges, including aggravated discharge of a firearm and aggravated domestic battery. Hill is being held in the Winnebago County Jail without bond.
We have new information on a weekend shooting that left a 16-year-old with life-threatening injuries. Friday night, officers were called to the area of Irving and Arthur Avenues to reports of a shooting victim. The teenager told police he was walking when someone called out to him. That's when he heard a single gunshot and realized he'd been hit. The teen was struck in the neck and at last check was in critical condition. No suspect is in custody. If you know anything about the shooting, call Rockford Police or Rockford Area Crime Stoppers.
Boone County sheriffs need your help finding a man they say sexually assaulted a woman. 49-year-old Rodolfo Jaramillo is wanted by police. He is charged with 1 count of criminal sexual assault. Detectives executed a search warrant on Quail Drive in Belvidere, where several items of evidence were taken. If you have any information on the whereabouts of Jaramillo, call the Boone County Sheriff's Office or Boone County Crime Stoppers.
4 firefighters are hurt after fire breaks out in the basement of a DeKalb home. This happened Sunday evening just before 7 on South 4th Street. Fire crews found heavy fire and smoke coming from the house. The flames were quickly brought under control. A search of the home found 2 pet dogs. Both died. 2 people who lived inside the home got out safely. 1 injured firefighter was taken to the hospital where they were treated and released. 3 others were treated on scene for minor injuries. Investigators say the fire was accidental and was caused by a heat source. The Red Cross is helping the victims.
Well, ComEd is eyeing another rate hike on top of the one that's already pending. Crain's Chicago Business reports ComEd filed for a $247 million increase to take effect in January of 2024. That would be in addition to the $1.5 billion hike currently being considered. The requests are based on a statute that allows ComEd to charge for shortfalls in revenue from the previous year. If both hikes are approved, the average monthly bill would be about $17 more by the year 2029.
Teaching about the contributions of Native Americans to our country could be coming to classrooms. A bill in the Capitol would instruct schools to teach about Native American history. The proposal passed out of a Senate committee and is headed to the floor for a vote. If it passes, that would begin in the 2024 to 25 school year. The proposal would include teaching students about the contributions Native Americans have made in areas like government, the arts, and the humanities. It would also look at how they've helped shape the country politically, economically, socially, and culturally. One Native American organization supporting the bill says this will help teach students about their history into the 21st century.
This is really going to help people to understand some of that past, but bring their knowledge and understanding up to our current day and see and understand, again, those kinds of contributions made.
Schools would also have to teach 6th through 12th graders about genocide and discrimination against Native Americans. More murals could soon be coming to the Forest City. Tonight, a Rockford City Council committee will be asked to approve this year's additions. Last year, 10 murals were created.
Our Jess Lipson spoke with those behind the project today. Jess, this year it won't be just about Rockford, right?
That's right, Tom and Mimi. If approved, Rockford, Loves Park, and Rockton will all see these murals throughout town. It's a collaboration between businesses, the city, and artists.
Colorful and vibrant and doing all the things that arts do is something that we want to be a part of.
Rockford will soon be covered in colors as the warm weather returns to the state line.
Love the placemaking that it does for the community. Art really is a way to unify people and bring people together, and to be able to provide museum quality work that is publicly available is just a really fun process, and it's also really inviting for our community.
This will be the fourth year for Creative. It's a public effort created by the Rockford Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. Funding is provided by individual and corporate donors. Others across the city are now joining in the mural fun, like Ernie's Midtown Pub.
I just wanted something for the community to really be able to appreciate when they're driving down here in Midtown, give a reason for them to come down to the restaurant and check it out, take some pictures in front of it.
Andrew Vowles owns Ernie's Midtown Pub. He's excited to brighten up part of town while also showing off the work of local artists Brett Whitaker and Victor Rivera.
Oh, it's amazing. I'm honored that Andrew actually picked this logo over his own logo for his establishment, Ernie's, and then to have Brett Whitaker, who's one of the most respected artists in town, in the region, painting. It's really an honor. It's a dream come true, to be honest.
RACVB picks from artists across the country to be a part of the creative project.
So hopefully the program will continue for a number of years, and we get projects all throughout the community.
If the murals get full city council approval, they should be completed by the beginning of June. Tom, Mimi?
All right, thanks, Jess. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is bringing his debt limit bill to the floor.
Coming up, some Republicans say the bill doesn't go far enough to slash spending.
Temperatures for us this afternoon made it into the 50s, and after starting off in the 20s here this morning. We've got some cloud cover and a few showers moving through. Find out when those move out. Coming up in your most trusted forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Speaker Kevin McCarthy is planning to bring his debt limit deal to the floor this week.
The bill, which has already been decried by Democrats and the White House, needs the support from all Republicans in the House in order to pass. Anna Wernicke is in Washington with more.
Lawmakers are pushing to reach a deal on the debt ceiling to avoid a potential default on the nation's debt in June.
America has a $31 trillion debt, and Washington is on the clock.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says he's confident the House will pass his plan to keep paying the nation's bills when he brings it to the floor for a vote this week. That bill, dubbed the Limit Save Grow Act, would raise the debt limit by $1.5 trillion through March of next year, in exchange for $4.5 trillion in spending cuts.
McCarthy says the measure is meant to pressure President Biden and Democrats to come to the table and negotiate.
You should not play games with raising the debt ceiling.
But Michigan Democrat Debbie Dingell accused Republicans on Fox News Sunday of pushing for a plan they know Democrats and the president won't support.
Raising the debt ceiling is a separate discussion from spending.
They're holding the economy hostage.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre says President Biden's position is still clear. He wants a clean deal.
That piece of legislation is cruel. And so they need to really make sure that we don't go into default, and that's what they're asking to do.
The House Rules Committee meets on Tuesday to mark up the Republicans' bill, which means a floor vote could come as early as Wednesday. In Washington, I'm Anna Wernicke.
A sunny start this morning, but clouds moved in this afternoon.
Coming up, Candace tells us about our rain chances. She's coming up next. Stick around.
Now, your first warn weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Starting see a little more cloud cover build in for us late this afternoon and evening. We take a live look with our Mountain Bay Hospital camera here out on the northeast end of Rockford at Riverside at 90. Mostly cloudy skies, and from that we're starting to see a couple of light radar returns, but not a lot of that reaching the ground just yet, only because we're still pretty dry with our dew point temperatures that are sitting in the 20s. Right now, though, our temperatures are 53 in Freeport, 52 in Rockford, 53 right now in Rochelle. We'll see that number drop down to 37 here as we go through the overnight. We'll keep in a couple of scattered rain showers. Overall, coverage going to stay fairly light, and total is going to be on the lighter end. Better rainfall opportunities to the south and south of Interstate 80 here late tonight, early tomorrow. We'll hang on to a light shower or two tomorrow morning and then see a little more sunshine by the afternoon, but that sunshine could actually allow more clouds to kind of build back up and then allow, at least for the first half of the afternoon, a few isolated showers to come down. But we are going to clear out late tomorrow night into early Wednesday as high pressure moves in. So because of that, and temperatures once again likely dropping back below freezing and back into the 20s, we do have a freeze watch that will go into effect. This is for all of northern Illinois Tuesday night and then into Wednesday. So anything that, again, is a little more sensitive to that cold, plants, vegetables, you may need to bring those in, or at least vegetation wise, here by tomorrow. Notice on radar, we're starting to see a few lighter showers begin to develop. There may be a couple of sprinkles making it to the ground, but again, this is going to stay pretty light here as we go through this evening. The result, an area of low pressure that is building through the central plain. So as that works a little further east, we're starting to see a few more these showers kind of develop along this stalled out boundary near the Iowa-Missouri border. As a whole, that is going to pass to the south of us, but it does keep a few scattered showers back in the forecast here through late tonight, very early tomorrow. And again, this stays pretty isolated through the morning hours, but don't be surprised if you still see a couple of rain showers, at least through sunrise tomorrow. As we go through late morning, early afternoon, notice we try to clear things out. And again, little sunshine, we build up that cloud cover, isolate shower at least before 3 o'clock tomorrow, and then we clear things out tomorrow night. Temperatures dropping back upper 20s, low 30s underneath a mostly clear sky. Probably we'll see some frost too Wednesday morning just because our winds are expected to turn light during that time, but we see sunshine for the afternoon on Wednesday and highs back into the 50s. We are maintaining this below average pattern because we've got a blocking pattern set up here in the jet stream. This is known as a Greenland block. So we have high pressure here very close to Greenland, and what that does is it kind of backs up the jet stream. So as we've talked about before with these blocking patterns, they are hard to break, and this one in particular, also another blocking pattern, hard to break. So what that does, you get a jet stream that kind of builds up to the north, so you get a ridge in the jet stream to the west of us up to the north, and then it forces the jet stream down to the south across the upper Midwest and Great Lakes and through the Northeast. So that's where we're starting to get, and the reason why we're getting that cold air building in. What happens then, this begins to break down just a little bit here during this time, but we see that blocking pattern build right back up once we get into the weekend. Notice the dip and this closed low developing going into next weekend. So that keeps us with those below average days. We may have a couple of days where we get up to or even a little above average, but it also keeps us in a mostly drier pattern, which we may have a few showers here and there. No big storm systems on the horizon because of that cooler air in place. So 51 degrees on Tuesday, 54 on Wednesday. Notice Wednesday night we could drop again back down, or if not below freezing. So heads up for Thursday morning, but Thursday, Friday look like pretty decent days. We'll see some sunshine back into the 60s. There's a chance for some rain showers going late in the day on Friday, but notice those numbers, they'll drop right back again, guys, as we head into the weekend.
All right, thank you, Candace. Stuck in a cooler pattern.
Scott's in next with sports.
It's a done deal. Aaron Rodgers is a New York Jet. Scott will tell us what the Packers are receiving in return for their MVP quarterback.
Now sports with sports director Scott Leber.
It's finally happened. Aaron Rodgers has been traded by the Packers to the New York Jets. Many people thought the deal wouldn't become official until Thursday night when the draft starts, but the two teams have an agreement in place. Rodgers heads to a Jets team that seems ready to compete for the AFC Championship right now. He'll be reunited with former Packers receiver Allen Lazard and with Jets offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett. He was the Packers OC from 2019 to 2021. In the trade, the Packers swap first-round picks Thursday. They move up from number 15 to number 13, so not a big jump. The Packers also get a second-round pick next year if Rodgers plays in 65% of the Jets' games this season. There are also some later-round picks being swapped, so it would seem that the Jordan Love era is now here for the Packers. Is Darnell Wright Mr. Right for the Chicago Bears in the first round of the NFL Draft? Wright seems to think so. The Tennessee offensive tackle says he's had multiple meetings with the Bears and they went well. He says he also made a connection with Bears offensive line coach Chris Morgan. Wright played right tackle with the Volunteers, and the Bears need help there. Wright projects to be more of a mid-round pick in the opening round, which means the Bears could trade down a few spots from number 9, pick up an additional pick, and still get Wright. Our local bowlers continue to collect major championships on the lanes. 2 of them cashed in over the weekend at the college level. Harlem graduate Rebecca Hagerman and her McKendree University teammates won the Intercollegiate Team National Championship in Las Vegas. The Intercollegiate Team Championships include teams across all levels of college bowling. There's Hagerman. This is their second ITC championship. McKendree also won 2 years ago. The team McKendree defeated in the finals this year, Maryville University, also featured a former Harlem bowler, Laura Bartelt. On the men's side, Hononegah graduate Nick Summer and his Wichita State Shockers won the ITC National Championship. It is Summer's second ITC title. Wichita State also won 2 years ago. Overall, it's Wichita State's 13th ITC championship. Both the men's and women's ITC championships will be shown on the CBS Sports Network next month. That's sports. We'll be right back.
What a crazy weekend of weather. Saturday had a little bit of everything happen.
Actually, that snow was coming down pretty heavy in some spots during the late morning and early afternoon.
We had some grapple, too. Good old grapple.
We did. I know. It's a fun weather term to say, right? Yeah, but things are quieting down a little bit. Still, unfortunately, staying on the cooler side. So we're really not going to see those temperatures warm back up, staying below average here, not only for tomorrow, but we do have a couple of 60s on that 7-day forecast. So we've got a few showers showing up on radar here this evening. Temperatures tonight down around 37, 51 for tomorrow. A little more sunshine by the afternoon. We'll hang on to an isolated shower or two at least through early afternoon. Down to 29 tomorrow night, so there is a freeze watch that will go into effect for all of northern Illinois, and that'll last through early Wednesday. Some sunshine Wednesday, likely starting off with some frost too. Thursday, Friday look pretty nice, but then we're dropping those temperatures again by the weekend.
All right, thanks, Candace.
Have a great night, everybody.